Okay, so now we know the physical, right? We know the houses and we know the people who were on the island. What I want to ask you now is, what is the feeling, what is the emotion of living on St. John's and Lazarus? Adam?
Well, as the most senior of all in this chronicle, right, 74 years old, the nostalgia is always there. We only wish that most of the quarters restored back, at least for us to go back and staycation down there, because we miss the sea activities, the environment, and the pace of life. I mean, we really miss all these activities, especially when the night falls. You can hear all those nice ghost stories, you know.
Mhm.
That's what we miss a lot. And
I mean, at night it must have been very quiet, isn't it?
not only at night, after
Huh.
dusk, only after 5,
Huh.
that's it. There's no other activities except playing guitar, singing along, look at the moon, and of course we go night fishing lah. We can catch the crabs, all those fish, use the kerosene lamp to catch all those fish for our daily essentials lah.
That's
That's all. Squids, all that. Crustacean. That's what we miss about. In fact, most of us, especially not our children, like my age, like probably, we miss the activities like swimming, of course, the playing the collie, and of course, the night fishing, because it's very, very thrilling to catch a fish like big fish, especially when we catch the
And the season,
angher, cowher. It's different from the what we fish in the sea pond or in the kelong in Pulau Ubin. It's completely different. The satisfaction is always there. Feel the fresh air, the waves, and of course, when the rains, those holidays, we are not scared of lightning, even in the open sea, so we're still prepared to sit down a small sampan. Prepared, no problem.
usually
That's what we do.
we always like we have our friends, so we will plan what what we're going to do for tonight, and we will arrange. Okay, I'll come and swing over to your place. Get ready from this time to this time. Then we all just
Lepak.
come over to that particular guy's place, and then just give a knock, and then he will come, and then we will join, and then go to the next fella place, next fella's house, and then straight away, yeah, it's either we fish at the jetty together or we just use the sampan.
Yeah. Can you tell us about I was very surprised to hear about the football, right? Adam,
Football.
football players, any good football players in the community?
Well, remember, Fawzi did mention that most of the main island football team,
Yeah.
SRC, the British Armed Forces, they are very, very keen to meet up and challenge us in the football. Even, the famous Ashad Kamis from Pulau Brani, he was a former national football player. He also used to come down every week to uh, have fun with us. For some time, the government will always organize some events, like uh, winning the trophy or maybe some monetary awards. But the most thing, we enjoy the game because those days the British Armed Forces, they're very strong team, especially the Gurkha teams. Oh my God, they like to come out. They like to trash us. They think we islanders, we cannot play football. But they
Yeah.
forgot we all have all the stamina. Before any sport payment, we can run all over the field. And of course, the main activities, soccer, as Sasa you mentioned, and the sea activities, the Jong research, the college. There's now become like Pesta Sukan event, like Fawzi now is very, very champion in all these. Hopefully, Dr. Loh also can bring up these activities for us Singaporeans to share.
Yeah, yeah. Do you all have a proper football field?
We do.
You
We
do,
do have, until
yeah.
now, it's still intact.
Okay,
It's still
okay.
intact. It's the same standard is in the Padang SRC. The same kind of family. it's not what you call artificial grass or what like jalan besar. It's normal what you call normal green grasses.
Grass. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. In front of the provincial shop somehow. Near to
Ah.
GJT, very nearby. That's what we enjoy. Soccer, football. We don't have futsal those days. We have soccer. Full 11 match league.
So do you think the football players of the north, right, Sembawang, Naval Base, were better than those at St. John's?
We never meet them, but we do play this players from the mainland normally in SRC and
Yeah.
as the Padang lah. So we never get crowns but once in a while we do win also but not a big margin because most of us are not very well developed like those in the mainland. They're most healthy. We only eat simple food.
Right.
Yeah, but all I can say is that most of the clubs, their aim is to come over and play at St. John's Island because they have different agenda also. Apart from playing football, after playing football,
Uh-huh.
they just go to the lagoon and then have a picnic and then swim. So that is the reason why most of the clubs challenge us. Or we, for us, is we get the exposure. We don't need to travel. These people come over.
I mean, the sea must be quite important for you, right? I mean, although Singapore is an island, most Singaporeans do not live or do not interact with the sea. Let's put it that way. How important was the sea to you? I mean, you talked about the swimming and the fishing.
It gives us what we call more opportunity for us to be active because those days we don't have, as I said, all these gadgets. There's not much television to watch also, and as we mentioned earlier, the sea provides us with most of our basic what you call food, especially the seafood, crustaceans, and of course the healthier part. We are good in driving, what you call sea activities, and we develop ourselves very well. And of course, it's free. We don't have to pay anything. It's free. We just dump in as long as we like. And of course, we learn something there also. Those activities a lot.
I mean, it must be quite different when you all moved out, right? So you said, Adam, you moved out in the 80s.
No,
Fawzi,
it's okay.
when did you
Fawzi.
move out?
We shifted. The family shifted out of St. John in 1975.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the reason?
My dad was transferred, relocated to another school in mainland. Yeah.
It is other, sorry. Myself, I resettled out in around 1970s before 1980s. That's the last one.
Even we do have some, I think some of the islanders, the last islander who left Pulau Sekijang Pelepah or Lazarus was in 1980s. Yeah, those were the last one. I happened to meet one of the youngest fella who was born in Lazarus in 1980. So yeah, happened to meet him. He's now a boatman, working at Marina South Ferries. Yeah, so
1974.
Yeah.
Instead of me having that thought that I couldn't be the youngest who was born.
I stayed in Singapore 1969. I stayed in Singapore. Tapi I go and back out. I didn't stay there. But
he's having a conversation with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel? How did both of you feel when you had to leave your island?
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. We, as I said, we miss the kampung life, the pace of life over there, and of course, because what we have in the mainland, when we shifted out, we are having it all the while in St. John's Island. So there's not much difference. Only the difference is, I say, we feel like suffocated. We are not used to living in the four walls, you see, and those days we don't have any gadgets to watch, to YouTube to watch. You see. So when we first shifted over, oh my God, I tell you, we really feel a loss.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is that for us, the whole island is our home. So we are very, how should I say, we are very adventurous. We like to discover, we like to move around, walk around the whole island. So we have that space.
Please, yes.
Yeah, we are very
Freedom.
yes.
Mm.
So when we shift over to mainland, it's like everything is restricted, this and that, here and there, cannot go. So yeah, you don't feel like you don't have that kind of feeling where you stay on the island.
So, Fawzi, where did you move to?
I shifted over to Kampong Ubi area.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
what, HDB?
It is Kampong.
Kampong, okay.
Yeah.
And Adam?
I straightway shifted over to Taman Jurong.
Taman Jurong.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That was a new town at the time, right?
Correct.
Which one? The big block.
Next to the diamond block, the famous diamond block,
Yeah.
block 64. Mine is block 5, Yung Ping Road. Last time was the bus interchange was the first factory there was Bridgestone, remember?
Yeah.
Bridgestone Tire Factory around there.
1970s, Taman Jurong was still not very well built, right?
That's why I
Yeah.
shifted over around 1974, 75.
Right. Yeah.
But I still go back to N4 because my dad was still there. Eh?
The old interchange.
Yeah, the bus old interchange. Bus number 10. That time Jurong Island, Jurong Hill was not developed. I still remember.
Number 10, number 30.
Yeah. That's why I used to go to Pulau Dama Laut, Fawzi, Dama Darat, Seraya, Pulau Seking, because fishing. I still mix around with them, go fishing. The 5 islands.
So was the whole community dispersed, or did you all manage to keep stay in around the same place?
It depends.
Yeah.
Not to the choices they were given.
Yeah.
Which the government just lays down and you choose your choice
Yeah.
of place where you want to stay.
Correct.
So not necessarily y'all will remain in the same area.
No.
Okay.
Not
So Fawzi, let me get the dates right. You are born in what, 69 or something, right?
70.
70. And you moved out when you were still a kid, right?
Yes.
So how come you have such strong feelings for Lazarus and St. John's?
I'm very close to my siblings. My siblings were elder than me.
Yeah.
They are older than me. So a lot of times we share stories, and then we do get back once in a while to the island, and then my brother will show me of he will say, you remember this place? I say, I don't know. Okay, this is the place where you last time you let it. So okay, all right, okay, fine. Yeah, those are the days. And even if I met some of them, some of the my seniors, the islanders, people like Abang Adam and then Kak Jas, and some of them. So they can remember me, they can recognize me. But then for me is something which I need to get closer back to where I was, my roots. So I don't want to lost touch with all the roots and the times that we spend with all the islanders here.
So let me ask you about the sea, right? So once you all moved, you kind of lost this connection with the sea, or this physical connection with the sea, right? Kampong Ubi, this was after the land reclamation. Was it still near the sea, or was it
after the reclamation?
Yeah, I mean the whole east coast was reclaimed, right?
Kampong Ubi is somewhere in Eunos area.
Right. So was it near the coast?
No, it was.
No, okay. So that means you all are far away from the sea, lah.
Yeah, far away. We are
Okay.
somewhere like in Kaki Bukit area, which
All right.
is I think about 10 kilometers away from the 10 kilometers away from the sea. Yeah.
So did you miss the sea?
Oh, definitely.
Mm, mm,
So we do have our sampan we brought, and then we put it at East Coast together with my dad lah. Then once in a while we on the weekend we go out for fishing.
mm,
We do some fishing. My dad we prefer to do net fishing, floating nets.
mm,
So yeah, this is where uh, me and my siblings, my brothers, the two of them, we are trained by my dad uh, to how to lay out those net fishing, how to read, how to forecast the moon, the current situation, the flow of the current, the seasonal features, which passing by in these waters. So yeah, this is the time when he's the most person who missed the sea life,
yeah.
because he was also an islander. He grew up on island, and then he shift over to Singapore, started work, and yeah, my dad missed his life most uh,
Mm,
um, at the sea. So fishing is his hobby, everything. So he passed down to us, me and my sibling, my brother. So yeah, even my sister also sometimes now. Right now, my sister always now, if she goes back to Riau, you won't see her at home. Once she touched down the house, she reached the house, our family place, just dump the bag, and then she out
mm,
fishing.
mm.
And you don't
Really?
see her
Wow.
the next day.
Well,
So
this is quite rare among Singaporeans, right?
yeah.
And it's quite sad to hear about your dad, missing the sea. You told me before, right, when we met last time, that if you have been on land too long, far away from the sea, you feel uneasy. Is that right?
Yeah, we feel uneasy. We feel like the opposite, because we had this kind of motion sickness.
Motion sickness. Yeah.
Yeah, because we are quite like familiar, and to us, life on sea, with all those rocking, swing, rolling, pitching, is kind of uh, built for we. It's very natural to us,
Yeah.
so we don't feel the seasick, this and that. So having to spend so long on land, and you don't feel all this rolling and pitching, you feel very stable, and that is where you feel, yeah, how come I feel like seasick or land sick. So
Land sick. Yeah, it's land sickness, actually. Adam, what about you? Taman Jurong is very far away from the sea, right?
It's about 3 kilometers away from the sea.
Yeah.
That's why when I was first graduated from Gan Sing, I was offered 2 jobs. Either continue to be start as a teacher, or work with the Port of Singapore Authority business.
No wonder you went to the PSA.
That's why. That's why I choose the first job to be near the sea. And practically now every weekend or twice every week fortnight, I will definitely go fishing. Either in Labrador Park or East Coast Park or Changi Beach. Either I go with my wife or with my family. I will definitely will miss out go fishing, whatever it is. So I work in the port for almost 25 years.
You're not gonna leave, lah.
Want to be in the sea. I used to travel by the boats. We go to Sultan Show, Rifle Lighthouse, and Pedrabangka. And as what Fawzi has mentioned, I'm sure we used to go back to St. John's Island, remember? We used to stay in Lazarus Island, those tiny houses.
Yeah.
just not to miss out the islands. That's all. But
So yeah, over the years, you all have gone back to your homes, like your old homes, lah.
yeah.
Okay.
We will go back ourselves, or sometimes we bring our family and show them where we were from. Nostalgia.
We spend almost every month. We have we rotate. Not everyone from the group, from our Islanders group. We will spend one overnight.
Yeah.
With we it depends. We will announce to the group. I'm going back this weekend. Anyone want to join? It depends.
Dengan just
If the response is there, so we will go by 2 or 3 families. We spend overnight on the island, camping out.
Can I ask you? I mean, so much has changed on St. John's and Lazarus. I've never been to Lazarus. Are there any buildings that you think should be conserved?
No more. There's no more building on this island except the jetty. The old generator house.
Yeah, the old generator house and the one.
What about the top of the hill, Fawzi? The radar.
Botak
That
Hill.
was still there, no?
The sector light.
Sector light. Is it still there?
Sector light is still there.
What about the pelepah, the gudang simpan apa to cat? ICI cat.
Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
there is
okay.
And also some of the old abandoned building things. That time we went with Hamza.
Dr. Professor Hamza.
We discovered some, I think 2 abandoned building. So, yeah. That's all. I mean, the rest all like nothing. We can't even find the landmark of the wells even. Because some of them are being covered already.
Yeah, I think the wells have been covered, right?
Yeah, true.
The school is going to be demolished probably, right?
The school is no longer free.
Right.
Everything, all the old buildings, practically every old building which Kampong, it's no longer there.
Why they don't conserve?
Yeah.
Pitiful.
Yeah. I asked my wife, and my wife was just browsing the web, and she found that you could stay in a room on Lazarus for $300 a night. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
in those tiny houses.
Yes.
Correct. We stayed there.
$300, you know.
It's
too expensive for a staycation, you know.
Very expensive too.
But I must say that the experience is that it is a 5-star living.
Yeah, 5-star price for sure.
5-star price, yes. With all
the food.
But we don't have that 5-star service.
Nothing, right? There are no
there's no pool,
no food, right?
Yeah, I mean there's sea, you can just jump.
Yeah, so it looks like Lazarus is going to be geared towards tourism. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, and St. John's has some kind of school activities going on. Is that right?
St. John is still preserved and controlled, protected by. I mean, it's not say protected. It's still not. SLA will not release any development for St. John's.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of the research, NS research, and the army is visiting part of the island.
Right.
There's no more army there. Also.
No more army. They finished.
The army left. It's now the other part is now look after DSD.
DSD, yeah. Defense system.
Research,
I think there's still our bound school, right? For the use by the detention center.
Intend to look after but they are not awarded to look after. So I mean, all this those the places, the accommodation, the big accommodation, those are operated or still under the purview of SLA. So any schools intend to have the cohort camp, they must go through SLA. So I don't think we release all these it's not chalet, it's not bungalow, it's dormitories. The word is dormitories. Yeah, these dormitories, SLA will not release to any party to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, every community needs a kind of a focal person, right? And Fawzi, you have almost become the de facto contact person for the
Correct.
heritage of the islanders, right? The
Correct.
islands. How
Correct.
how did you come to feel so passionately about this?
I guess it's because of the roles that I'm holding on to under the Friends of Marine Park, which I'm look after the heritage, but I'm more to doing more to the maritime heritage, but looking after the whole heritage itself for the islanders, the kind of living that we had. We said that because of my experience and where I have all this, basically this kind of experience, which I do have it back then and now, which I still can have that kind of experience. But only back in Riau lah, when I go back to my kampung, which is kind of the same experience, kind of the same living standards. We said that, so I can relate very easy. So
Yeah.
Tell
us about these Friends of Marine Park.
Okay, Friends of Marine Park. We are like the custodians of the environment of the marine parks in Singapore.
How many marine parks are there? I mean, what are
in
the
total
others?
We have two right now. At first we have one, which is the Sister Island Marine Park.
Okay.
That is the first one, and then we follow up with the caretaker of Bendera Bay, which is at St. John's Island itself.
Okay.
Which is just in front of the St. John's Island English School. So Bendera Bay came in second. And then last year itself, Minister for Development, Desmond Lee, announces the second marine park.
Okay.
So we are looking at just in front of Fusu, towards the sea, and the other one is at Sidang Kelapa on the northern side. Yeah, it's on the northern side. So so these two places is the second marine park location.
So the word marine park seems to suggest like biodiversity and all that kind of thing. Right?
Yes, correct.
But you are also saying that the human element is very important.
Yes, correct.
What is the purpose and what is the aim of the marine parks?
We don't want to be known as another set of NGOs. Friends of Marine Park is not an NGO itself. We are slightly different. We are more community based because we don't advocate to only one bio. We consist of sports, diving, heritage, biodiversity, so everything. So it's more community based. So we don't want to be specialized in some areas. So this is what Marine Park. Friends of Marine is about.
Did Sisters Island also have like kampong community living on it?
Sister Island.
No.
Sister Island, no.
Inhabited.
Inhabited. Okay.
Cannot. People don't live there or stay there because there is no water source. First, there is no water source, so even if you ask Oralo, they will not stay there. They will overnight. Then after that, they will move around.
Right.
Any of the island which has no water source, they will not stay unless for shelter. in terms of any bad weather formations, then they will just seek shelters on these islands. But they will not stay. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So St. John's Island is the only one that has this bio and the human element together. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
St. John's Island and Sister Island Marine Park, yes.
Okay.
It's more to, for human element, it's more to education. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to know more about the marine park or wants to support the marine park, they should contact you, Fawzi.
No, we currently
Fawzi is
currently
thinking, oh, it's me again.
chat out. Okay, basically, you can Google us.
Okay.
We do have, different committee members looking after different committees.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's not just to look for us because we do have NParks on board. They are the considered the overall looking after this whole of marine Friends of Marine Park, together with other stakeholders on board, like National University of Singapore,
Okay.
and other companies which involved with got to do with nature and bio.
All right. I mean, it's I think important that besides the nature and bio, that the history, the heritage, the human heritage, the culture heritage of St. John's and Lazarus should be documented, and should be more widely known to Singaporeans that is part of Singapore. And this is where I want to end, right? By asking you this question for you, Adam, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and for you, Fawzi, 70s, right? What did Singapore mean to you? Singapore, the mainland, right? What did it mean to you in those days?
For me, Singapore, the mainland, is where we go out, venture, and especially for our what we call living essential, because we found out we still would call need those essential, especially education. So for us to upgrade and look forward, we have to go to the mainland, of course, for educational purposes and for our living standards. So we feel look forward to go. We have to go to look forward to the mainland for this extra what you call experience and knowledge.
Do
Other
you
than that,
remember your first trip to Singapore?
well, my first trip to Singapore was every month payday. My late father will go to PWD quarters in HQ in Kallang Baru, get his salary.
Yeah.
Then you eat satay or watch movie at the Rex Theatre. That's my first trip ever. Rex Theatre? We like to eat the rojak. Of course, watch the P movies. That's all we and of course, buy some basic essential. Like sometimes the provision shop, no stock. So we have to go out and buy this oil or rice. That's our first trip to Singapore. And we St. John's Island, as I told you, we are very lucky. We are provided with a ferry service every day, even Sundays, holidays, from the Pier to St. John's Island every 4 or 5 hours. The free of charge somehow. The last ferry will be at 6 p.m. The first ferry for us to go to school in the morning, it was 6 a.m. So when we miss the ferry, we stay inland on Clifford Pier. That's normally what we have to do. That's the main when experience. Those were the days.
Did Singapore feel very different from St. John's?
Yes, because St. John's, we don't have any mobilized what called scooters or cars. Not even we only have bicycle. We don't even try shop. Whereas of Singapore mainland, that's when you can see those tram buses. The buses and treasures, but in Singapore we don't have. In general, we don't have even movies. We only watch movies once a month or once 3 months, provided by the government on play on the screen, the big wall of the screen. That's all. That's what we love to go to the mainland also once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. Did Singaporeans talk differently or behave differently or think differently from people in St. John's?
St. John's Island, the residents are more exposed to the Singapore mainland or what compared to the Lazarus Island because they are
Mm,
completely different type of people, right? So the difference is not much for us and Singapore mainland. Because our
okay.
fathers, as I said,
Yeah.
they have to go back to the quarters to be collect new briefing for the jobs, all this. So there's not much difference actually.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there were then two communities, right? One on Lazarus and one on St. John's. Quite
Correct.
different, yeah.
Very different.
Right, right. So
The
The way
Fauzi,
of work so different.
yeah.
yeah, the SES standards are different. You can see it.
Mm. So Fauzi, what is your how did Singapore feel to you in those days? Singapore had just become independent, and then you were born a few years later after that. Did Singapore seem very far away? Did Singapore seem very different?
It's like a big world because uh, growing up on the island that is my world. Actually. That's what I know. So coming into a new environment is like something big and
Well,
it's
does this mean that you get quite
a shock.
anxious or uncomfortable when you were in Singapore?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's something. Is the phrase of putting a frog into a new environment. I mean, something big. The world seems to be very big. Yeah. I mean, where I grew up. I mean, on these two islands. So it's familiar. Everything is like at the back of my head. You know, looking at this, so I know where this what is where. So yeah, then suddenly come to a new place. It doesn't really work on what I know back on the island. It doesn't go the same on the mainland. So it's totally different.
So you had to adjust, like you had to take some
Yes,
time to
that's
adjust. Yeah, but also never like forgetting your roots.
no.
Probably
But
St. John's itself was also quite different for you, right? When you first went to St. John's.
St. John's is I mean it's very urban, but the urban state of St. John's and the mainland is slightly different. Like what Abang Adam shared, we don't see automotive on the island, but when it comes to mainland, then you start to see, wow, the bus is quite big. Having to see my dad uh, get his license and then own his first scooter for the family, and then it's like you feel overjoyed. Oh yeah, my dad owns a scooter, and you help him by washing his scooter every day. So these are the things which something different. Only back on the island is what we see those things like outboard engine and sampan boat. That's all. That's how in terms of our mode of transportation, our commuting is different.
So really, thank you very much, Fauzi and Adam. I love this podcast, and I think what we learn is that actually there are many Singaporeans of many different backgrounds, and some of them came from outside the mainland, from little islands, right? That most of us have not really visited or understood the history of these places. And such a different world, although not far away actually physically, but such a different cultural and social world from what Singaporeans used to be. So I'm very, very happy that you've agreed to come onto the show and tell your stories. I've learned a lot, and I hope that we can still document more of the history and the heritage of these two islands. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
talk
you.
again.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you, Dr. Loh and Fawzi. Thank you very much.
Okay. Stay safe,
Okay,
Abang.
again.
No problem, please.
See you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.